Hey guys, it's Gabby. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're trying out every single French tip nail hack, and there are so many. I went on Instagram, TikTok, and then also compiled in a few hacks that I already knew. So we're gonna go through, see which ones work and which ones don't, and hopefully by the end of the video, we'll have an idea on which method is the best. So with that, I hope you guys enjoy the video and let's get right into it. Okay, so for the first hack, we're gonna start off with a completely bare nail, no base coat, no base color, and you just wanna go ahead and freehand your French tip. So this does not have to be neat, you just wanna kind of get it around the area that you want your French tip to be, and then we're gonna take a cleanup brush and fix everything. So this one is from Olive & June and you can get it at Target, and I'm just going to dip that into 100% acetone, and then I'm using that curved edge to create my French tip. So you can either use a brush like this that has the rounded end or an angled brush. They're both going to get the job done, and this is why I said not to use a base coat or base color, because you're pretty much going to be wiping it off if you do this. But I really do like this method. It's easy, you don't need much, and it gives you a really good French tip. This next hack is using a Band-Aid. I've seen this one around for years now and I've just never tried it, but basically the Band-Aid is going to be a guide because it has that nice curved edge. So I started off with a completely dry base and laid my Band-Aid down, and I'm just going to paint right on top of that and then remove the Band-Aid immediately. And I thought this would work, but just with the Band-Aid's kind of rugged ends, it didn't give me the clean line that I wanted. So, I mean, it does work, but you might have to clean it up a little. This next hack is one that I've seen on TikTok, and I definitely had my doubts, which I'll explain, but basically you're using your finger to create the French tip. So I just went in with some purple nail polish, applied it right to my finger, and I'm gonna press my nail into my finger. And this is why I figured this wouldn't work. So it does actually give you a nice little French tip, but because my nails are longer and I can't jab fully into my finger, I wasn't able to push it hard and deep enough. So if you have shorter nails, this would actually be a really good hack for you, or if you want that baby French tip line, this is an option. Okay, we have another TikTok hack. This one is newer, at least for me. So basically, you're taking a fake nail tip and you're using that to slide it across your nail to create your French tip. So I'm using a gel liner to do this just because I figured they're pretty pigmented, so it would work the best. And I'm just kind of filling it in. I didn't really have a method to this, but I'm gonna fill that in and then slide it onto my nail. And this did not work for me at all. I tried to swipe it again to see if it would kind of fill in those gap areas, but it was not working. But I wanted to give it another try, so I refilled my nail again, slid it across my nail, but again, I don't know if it's me, but at the same time, if it's a hack, I don't want to try 5 or 6 different times to do one nail, because at that point it's not a hack anymore. Moving on to the next hack. I actually completely forgot about this one until I was filming this video, but basically you could just stamp on your French tip. So this plate is from Maniology, and as you can see, it has a bunch of different French tip options, and I'm just applying my polish, stamping that on, and this did work really well. It was a little sheer just because of the color I chose, so I'm just going in with the second coat. But I really like this, and if you're already into stamping, this is a good option for you. While we have our stamper out, we're going to do our next nail hack. This is basically using just the stamper and pressing your nail into it. This went viral, I want to say last year, and I did try it out already. So basically, I just applied some gel polish to my stamper, and I'm pressing my nail into my stamper. It is going up, even though you can't tell. And honestly, when I first tried this last year, it did take me a little bit to get the hang of, but I do like this hack. The only thing is you will have some cleanup. It's nothing crazy, but still something to keep in mind. This next hack is another one I found on TikTok, and it's pretty much the same concept as the stamper one. So I put a beauty blender, actually this is just a random sponge, but any makeup sponge, into a plastic bag, and you're gonna paint your polish right on top of the bag, and then just like the stamper, you're gonna press your nail into it. And I don't know, I thought this was gonna work out for me, but it just wasn't. I don't know if it was the way I was holding the sponge, but I just couldn't get that nice C-curve French tip. So this might be me, I might need a little bit of practice, but I'm not the biggest fan of this, because I also found that the plastic was moving around a little bit as I was trying to press it in there. So again, I gave it another try, but I don't think I'd be using this again. This next hack, we're gonna be using French tip nail vinyls. It never lets me down. I start off with a completely dry base. I typically wait around 15 minutes and I just lay my sticker right on top and then paint my nail, remove it before the nail polish dries, and look at that line. It works so well, and there are different curves that they have. So this one isn't as curved. They have some that give you more of that C curve, but they're great. This next one is pretty much the same idea. So instead of the vinyl, you're gonna use one of those hole reinforcement stickers. Again, start with a dry base, lay it onto your nail, apply the polish right on top, and then remove it as soon as possible. And I really like this one. I have done this before. The only thing is, for me, my nails are pretty wide, my nail beds. So I did have to go and fill in the corners a little bit, but I don't think many people run into that problem. Really good option. Moving on to the next hack. I've seen this a lot, but this is actually my first time trying it. So this is pretty much a freehand French tip hack. I'm gonna be using a liner and start by drawing 2 diagonal lines coming out of the corner of my nail and then 1 line going across right in between. And then after that, I'm pretty much taking it and slowly rounding out that edge to create my French tip. And I love this. I'm kind of annoyed that I've never tried this before because it gives you a nice guide to go off of instead of just kind of going in there and hoping for the best. So definitely will be using this one in the future. Okay, so overall best method, I think it's gonna vary by person, honestly, because the first method, cleaning up, and this one, I think they're really great and easy, but if you have a shaky hand, they may not be the best option. I really love the vinyl and hole reinforcement method, but with that, you're gonna have to wait a little bit for the base to dry. But I wanna know what you guys think, which hack is your favorite, what works for you, comment down below, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.